Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're watching
DONTAE'S
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Boy, I tell you, ever since Gennady Golovkin's performance again, where he looked very vulnerable, there have been a lot of professional boxers and trainers that have been criticizing Gennady Golovkin. Now, the irony of that all is, even before this fight, as you guys probably seen the video I did, where I had a compilation of many different professional boxers, trainers, promoters, they were all saying the exact same things about Gennady Golovkin. Now that we see Golovkin go up against one of the best welterweight champions and look very suspect, even more people are coming out and criticizing Gennady Golovkin. Now, the latest professional boxer to criticize Gennady Golovkin is Adrien "The Problem" Broner. Now, Adrien "The Problem" Broner, he went to his Instagram, and basically he posted a meme of Gennady Golovkin calling out the best welterweights, saying, "I'll fight any of the best welterweights, Garcia, Keith Thurman, etc." And then to add insult to injury, Adrien Broner, he added some cherries to the text. You know, this is really unusual, because I don't know if you guys pay attention to stuff like this, but if you guys notice, you seldomly ever hear professional boxers talking about other well-known professional boxers, criticizing them, calling them cherry pickers, etc., berating them. So when you hear professional boxers saying the same things that boxing fans are saying, that means the walls are closing in on Gennady Golovkin, guys. I told you guys a long time ago on my channel, when it comes to fighters like Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, eventually it's going to get to the point where that same magic trick that Gennady Golovkin keeps pulling off, it was impressive the first time he did it. It was a little impressive the second time he did it. But once he did it a third or fourth or fifth time, then people started to say, hey man, I want to see a new magic trick. And this is what's happening right now with Gennady Golovkin. This is what's happening with Canelo Alvarez. Fighters like this, fans, they are starting to close in on Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez. The walls are closing in. Even fans that support Golovkin more than anyone else, even they're starting to criticize Gennady Golovkin. I mean, when it comes to Adrien Broner, Broner never talks about fighters that are nowhere near in his division. So for him to say that about Gennady Golovkin, that means everyone is starting to get the message. That means that everyone is starting to feel some type of way about Gennady Golovkin's resume, about Gennady Golovkin's performance, etc. Now, speaking of Gennady Golovkin's performance, I would definitely say it was a gift and a curse the way Gennady Golovkin performed, because even Tom Loeffler, Golovkin's promoter, he even said it himself. He said, well, if Golovkin doesn't look that good, maybe more people will be willing to get in the ring and face Gennady Golovkin. And that is exactly what came to fruition. Gennady Golovkin, he went in there against a guy who was supposed to be a huge underdog, jumped up 2 weight classes, was supposed to have no chance against Gennady Golovkin. And this guy has his best performance almost against Gennady Golovkin. I mean, the fact that Kell Brook, he was able to find Gennady Golovkin far more easier than he was able to find Sean Porter in the ring. That says a lot right there. And for anyone that would suggest that Gennady Golovkin, he just purposely went out there to look bad so that he could, attract more people into the ring, we know that's not true, because Gennady Golovkin, if you watch the first round, that was Golovkin's best round. The first round was Golovkin's best round, and Golovkin, he hurt Kell Brook bad in the first round. He hurt him real bad, and after Golovkin hurt him, he tried to knock out Kell Brook. He didn't take a step back and say, I'm gonna go ahead and just let him survive. He didn't do that. Once Golovkin hurt Kell Brook, he jumped on Kell Brook. But Kell Brook, he did what a smart veteran does. He tied up Golovkin and showed a great defense, because Golovkin was trying to knock Kell Brook's head off after Golovkin had hurt Kell Brook. But once again, this just goes to show you that Golovkin, for the first time, he was in the ring with a very elite fighter, because Kell Brook's defense, he was just way too slippery. Kell Brook was in there like the Matrix. You had Golovkin throwing all these hard power punches, and for the most part, Kell Brook, he was avoiding the majority of those power punches in that first round when Golovkin was trying to knock out Kell Brook. So yeah, so you can't say that Golovkin, he did this on purpose, okay? Golovkin was trying to knock Kell Brook out as soon as the fight started. And if it wasn't for Kell Brook being so damn slippery, Golovkin would have got the knockout in the first round. So once again, this is what Adrien Broner had to say about Gennady Golovkin. The walls are closing in, guys. The walls are closing in. So I told you guys earlier in this video, it was a gift and a curse looking so vulnerable against Kell Brook. The gift was the fact that now there are fighters jumping up, waiting in line to face Golovkin next. But the curse aspect is the fact that now fighters, they see a lot of chinks in Golovkin's armor. And what that's going to do is that's going to give fighters a newfound confidence when they go in that ring, at least for the fighters that didn't already have the confidence. I'm not trying to say everyone was spooked, but there's no doubt about it. They get an extra incentive now, because now you have fighters that are going to go in that ring and they're going to say to themselves, you know what, I don't care how hard this guy punches. I know that if I stand my ground and I let him feel my power, he's going to start to unravel right before my eyes. All I have to do is take him into deep waters. This is what a lot of fighters are going to say to themselves when they get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin now. Once again, you guys have to look at everything that's going on right now. It's not a coincidence that tons of professional boxers and trainers are saying the same things about Gennady Golovkin. And they're not saying these things about other fighters. Why are they saying it about Golovkin? No one is saying these things about Lomachenko. No one is saying these things about Sergey Kovalev. No one is saying these things about Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. They are only saying these things about Gennady Golovkin. That can't just be a strange coincidence, right? So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens from this point on. We're going to see who's the next boxer to call out Gennady Golovkin. We're also going to see who's the next boxer or trainer to come out and rip Gennady Golovkin or criticize him. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.